Good afternoon and welcome to Family Fest 2020. We are Ginclairs and we are going to be making 3 cocktails for you today. The first one I'm going to start with is a traditional classic. It's a pink gin. It's a misconception that a pink gin is often a strawberry-based gin. That's not true. The pink gin was originally created by the Navy. The Angostura bitters in it was used by sailors for medicinal purposes. They call it pink gin because the Angostura bitters turns the gin pink, hence the name. And it is a very basic cocktail. I'm going to put a slight twist on it today. Probably more for my preference than anything else, but we'll go through it for you in a minute. I'm just about to show you how we're going to make it. It's a quick list of all the ingredients that you'll need for today if you would like to do it at home. The gin I'm going to use to make this pink gin is the BH1 gin. This is a local Bournemouth based gin. It's fantastic with orange and thyme and tonic on its own, or if you're using it as a pink gin, I will show you how to make it today. So what you need is your cocktail shaker, fill it with some ice, and we are going to go with a double measure today. I'm feeling thirsty. Pop that one in. And then you need some Angostura bitters. You need probably 3 or 4 drops of this. It's quite strong. I do like the flavour, but some people like a little bit less. So with this one, actually, we're not going to use that. We're going to stir it. Here's my stirrer. And give it a good old stir until you can feel the cocktail shaker going cold around the outside, which you can see it's actually frosted up a bit on the outside there. Now, get my strainer. And normally you would just strain this straight into a cocktail glass. However, today, because I'm doing it with tonic, I'm going to put some ice in a glass and strain it into that one. Like so. And then I'm going to get my tonic. Now when you pour your tonic, you want to pour it very gently into the glass, just around the edge. This stops the fizz from going. It keeps your drink nice and fizzy. And now normally you would garnish it with a lemon wedge. However, because the BH1 is so good with the orange, I'm going to go with the orange today. Now what I do is I just pop a bit around the rim of the glass, and then when you're having your gin, you'll get that aroma of the orange before you've even tasted the gin. Now look at that, that looks beautiful. Delicious. Okay, so the second cocktail we're going to make is called the Contessa. Now Contessa means countess. You may or may not know that the Negroni is associated with the count. Therefore, this is the female version of the countess. So, we're going to start with the Romy's Edition 6 o'clock gin. Now this is made in Somerset, Bristol to be precise. It's mango, ginger and lime. It's absolutely delicious on its own, even nicer in this cocktail. So, now, as before, we're going to fill our cocktail shaker with ice. But what you can do on this one, and it gives it a little bit more flavour, is steep the spirits in the mango chunks. So, I have some frozen mango chunks here. I'm just going to pop into the cocktail shaker like so. And I'm going to also pop a couple of ice cubes in as well, just to make it super cold. And we're going to put a 25 milliliter measure of the Romy Edition 6 o'clock gin into the cocktail shaker. Right, the next spirit we're going to use is Aperol. Normally in a Negroni you would use Campari, but with this one it's a slightly sweeter take. being the female version. So we're going to put 25 ml of the Aperol. And a sweet vermouth, again 25 ml. So again, what we want to do is to stir all those spirits in the shaker. They're going to be beautifully flavoured with that mango in there and the ice. And again, until it goes really cold on the outside of your glass. Now, with this one, we're going to use just a tall ball glass. And now what I have here is, I don't know if you've seen these, but these are ice cubes holders, makers. And you pop the water into the top, and then you pop it in your freezer, and then when it comes to the time you want to use your ice, you just open that and plop in your ice, just like so. They're fantastic. You can buy them Amazon, all sorts of places, and they're cheap as chips, but they're fantastic for drinks like this. So again, pop your doofer on the top. Whoop. And pour the drink into the glass over the ice. Now again, we're going to use orange on this one, but what I'm going to do is cut a wedge of orange, or just the orange peel, and we don't need something quite that big. And what I'm doing here is just expressing the aromas of the orange peel onto the edge of the glass. And again, it creates a wonderful aroma before you've even started your gin. And then just pop the orange peel into the glass like so. And it smells fantastic. So you've got really sweet smell and a wonderfully sweet taste with a slightly spicy aftertone. It's fantastic. So it's a great one to try if you're a fan of the Negroni, especially if you like it a little bit on the sweet side. You can use a dry vermouth instead of the sweet vermouth if you find it is just a little bit too sweet, but that for me is just perfect. Now the third cocktail we're going to make is not a gin based cocktail, however it is made by a local gin company. You've probably heard of Conker. They are a delicious gin making company, but they also make Conker cold brew. Now this is a coffee based liqueur and it is everything you will need for your espresso martini. Now espresso martinis have become increasingly popular over the years, and we're going to show you how to make it without the use of any vodka. You don't have to faff around with any coffee at all. We are just going to use this, well, two ingredients actually. One is the cold brew and the other is water. So, it sounds wrong to be watering alcohol down, but you need to. So, you need 70 ml of Conker cold brew. Now what I'm going to do today is I'm going to use double that, only because I like an espresso martini and I've got a beautiful glass that it fits in perfectly. So we're going to go with 140 ml today. So that's 100 and a slightly short. And then normally you would use, to the 70 ml of cold brew, you would use 30 ml of water, but obviously today I'm making a double. That's a bit too much there. Right, so get your cocktail shaker, and with this one you need to give it a good shake. Now you probably need to give this a good shake for about 1 to 2 minutes, I'd say. And it gets really cold in your hand, but it creates that beautiful creme on the top of the espresso martini that we love. So, and it just makes the finish to the look of the drink just beautiful. We're going to pop this into it's actually a champagne saucer. I do have martini glasses, but they're just not big enough. So, does make your arms get tired. So, swap arms if you need to. Give it an old shake. Feel like Tom Cruise. And once you've given it a good shake, you're going to have to strain it out. Ooh. Now I've seen them do this before at Conker, and they all helped each other out with this. They had a few to make. Ooh! Right, so we all know that now we have to hold on to the top of our shaker pretty tightly. I've dried myself off, I've shaken it a bit more, and now we're going to strain it into the glass. There might not be quite as much, however, I think I've probably got just enough. Oh, look at that. That's absolutely perfect. Okay, so as you can see, it's settling nicely. And just to finish it off, gosh, I'm very clumsy today. Just get 3 little coffee beans. No, I'll go with this one, it looks a lot nicer. And pop them on top of your espresso martini. Now that, although half the measure, looks beautiful. Let's give it a try. That is stunning. So there you go, your Conker cold brew espresso martini. You've got your Contessa and you've got your pink gin. 3 lovely drinks for you to try at home or try when you're out. Who knows? But I hope you enjoyed the rest of the festival today. I'm certainly going to go and dry myself off a bit more and maybe enjoy these gins a bit more. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed our cocktail making sessions today. If you would like to come along and see us at an event, or if you would like to book us for your event, go to our website at ginclairs.co.uk, or you can phone us or email us on the details shown below.